Hi, welcome to this week's edition of Comments on Psych Meds by a Psychiatrist. Today I'm going to take a little bit of a departure from my usual content, but still relevant and I think hopefully useful. But one thing that I've found is that there ends up being a fair amount of confusion between patients' expectations about how to actually manage their prescriptions and get their refills, and just the sort of nuts and bolts of when you're taking a medication on a regular basis or changing medications. So I think that, and I think this is sort of done by design, but patients have this impression that pharmacies are, like part of their healthcare team, and that they're working very closely with the doctor's office to try to optimize getting you your medications. And I think that it's important to remember that at the end of the day, pharmacies are a retail business. Their primary objective is to sell stuff, including prescriptions. And the way that this becomes relevant is pharmacies just want to push out prescriptions, whether they're something that you actually are actively taking, or an old prescription, or something that a refill was put on it, but you've moved on from that medication. And so this can lead to a lot of mistakes, patients getting the wrong dose or the wrong medication, assuming that the doctor made a change without telling the patient, and things like that. And so, again, I just want to emphasize that the doctors do not have a very close relationship with pharmacies in general. We send prescriptions to the pharmacies that our patients indicate. We will put refills on there for the convenience of the patient, but sometimes we end up making changes and there's extra refills that the pharmacy will just push out. So my advice to my patients is, when they are in need of a refill, they should reach out directly to my office and say specifically they're looking for a refill on this medication at this dose. And that way there's no confusion about what they believe they're taking. And then hopefully I can match it up with what I believe that they're supposed to be taking, and we eliminate a lot of chance for errors. Patients should not assume just because a medication refill has been provided at the pharmacy that that is something that I intended, and they should understand that a lot of the times it could be something that the pharmacy is just pushing out there. And then one of my pet peeves are these apps. A lot of times the big chain pharmacies have these apps that they urge patients to download, and the apps will throw out messages saying that prescriptions either need a refill or are ready or other things. And I have found that those things are wildly inaccurate and often lead to, again, a lot of confusion, a lot of wasted effort. So the best way to manage your medications is you keep track of when you're getting close to needing a refill, check the bottle, hopefully it's your current bottle, and hopefully that will tell you the refill status. But even if the bottle says 0, it's worthwhile checking with the pharmacy to see if they have a refill, because sometimes, even if the bottle says 0, I will have realized that a refill is necessary and have sent the refill to the pharmacy. So you can save yourself and the doctor's office a lot of extra unnecessary effort if you just verify whether the pharmacy has a refill available for you. And that is the best way to manage your medications and to avoid errors. Do not listen to the pharmacy apps. Do not rely on the pharmacy to request refills on your behalf. When you need a refill, you reach directly out to the doctor's office, and that's the best way. And the more specific information you can provide, the better. The medication, the dose, and the pharmacy that you want it sent to, and that'll make the doctor's life a lot easier and avoid miscommunications and having to have them resent, having you potentially miss medication doses, all of which can impact your overall response to medications. So again, I know I'm being redundant here, but do not rely on the pharmacies or their automated systems. Work it out directly with your doctor in your doctor's office, and that's the best way to make things work the best and avoid unnecessary effort.